Greetings to everyone on our channel, friends. This is Sheriff Labrador back with you again, along with my trusty partner, Sheriff Dobie. Today we have something special for you. We are diving into the terrifyingly exciting Roblox mode called Escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria.
Hello, everyone. Imagine this. You're trapped in an abandoned pizzeria where danger lurks around every corner. The main goal is to escape from this grim place, but be careful. A creepy chef, Papa Pizza, is hot on your heels, cooking his horrifying pizzas out of human parts. Yes, you heard that right. This will be a true test of agility and wits.
Dobie, tell everyone what they have to overcome.
Oh yes, guys, this will be a real challenge. You will need to solve puzzles, avoid traps, and run as fast as you can to avoid falling into the hands of this insane chef. But don't worry, Labrador and I will be there to help you every step of the way.
So, are you ready for this incredible adventure? Then make yourselves comfortable, brace your nerves, and let's see if we can escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria together.
Oh no, Labrador, where's the light? I think Papa Pizza is chasing us. Hide, Labrador! We need to act quickly and precisely because Papa Pizza is right on our heels.
Oh, guys, he's right behind us. Do you see those scary eyes and that creepy apron? Papa Pizza is making his horrific pizzas, and he wants to add us to the menu. We need to find an exit immediately.
Exactly, Labrador. Listen carefully, guys. To save ourselves, we need to find a hole in the floor and jump into it. It's our only chance to escape this crazy chef. Let's move quickly. Time is running out.
Excellent. We did it, guys. We're safe. This time. But stay alert. There are always new challenges in this game. Thanks for being with us, and see you in the next adventure.
Woo, that was creepy, but we made it. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and let us know in the comments which modes you'd like to see next time.
We are now in, yes, the stinky sewers. Oh, what a terrible stench here. But we have no choice, guys, to get out of here. We need to climb up through the hatch. The problem is that waiting for us above is none other than the evil Papa Pizza.
Exactly, Labrador. The hatch leads straight into the bathroom, and Papa Pizza is already there, ready to grab us. But we have a plan. First, we need to find the hatch and carefully climb up, and then we'll try to outsmart him.
Do you see ahead? There should be a hatch. Be careful and watch every step to avoid traps. Dobie, do you think we can outsmart Papa Pizza?
Of course, Labrador. We need to be smarter and faster. Guys, as soon as we climb up through the hatch, be ready to react quickly. We need to immediately figure out how to bypass Papa Pizza and escape.
All right, Dobie, let's give it a try. There's the hatch. I see it. Is everyone ready? Let's climb up. Carefully. Quietly. That's it. We're almost there.
Oh no, he's here. Run, guys, faster. We need to find a way out of this bathroom and bypass Papa Pizza. Labrador, where to next?
We made it through that scary web. But how did Papa Pizza even become Papa Spider? Ouch! We stepped on a spike. We'll have to start over from the beginning.
We're currently navigating a trap with spikes, and we'll need to be very careful not to get caught in them.
Yes, Dobie, this is definitely not the place you want to get stuck. Watch your step, guys, and move away from these ominous spikes. We can do this together. Stick together.
After this trap, we'll face another challenge. We have to navigate a parkour across old pipes that could collapse at any moment. Be careful, guys, and help each other out.
Don't doubt it, we'll do this together. Hold hands and move forward. Nothing will stop us in this deadly race against time.
By the way, Labrador, do you remember that time when we tackled this mode as part of a 6-person sheriff squad?
Of course I remember. It was an exciting adventure. We fought against the clock, solved puzzles, and supported each other every step of the way. And remember what we promised to the one who would complete the level first?
Yes, we promised a prize and the trophy for the best sheriff. But you know, in the end, we all made it together and shared that victory.
Exactly, Dobie. It's important to remember that strength lies in unity. We can achieve great heights when we're together. So stick together, friends, and together we can overcome all obstacles.
We just escaped from the pizzeria with the terrifying chef. Phew, that wasn't easy. We're currently in a room with lasers, and we'll need to be very careful not to get caught by them.
Yes, Dobie, these lasers can be a real trap, but we'll manage, because we've already been through a lot. Let's move together and help each other out.
After this room, we'll face another challenge. We'll have to get into the freezer of this pizzeria and find a way out from there. But be careful, guys. There might be hidden dangers there.
Don't worry, we'll be together and help each other overcome any difficulties. Let's move forward and defeat this horror.
Also, Labrador, remember that time when we responded to a call from a school kid? He said the ice cream man was poisoning everyone through his ice cream and demanding huge amounts of money for the antidote.
Of course I remember. It was a real challenge for us, but thanks to our unity and teamwork, we were able to save everyone from this madness. It's important to remember that when we're together, we're strong.
Exactly, Labrador. Let's apply this principle in this game, too. Together, we'll overcome all obstacles. Be sure of it, guys.
By all means, we're ready for it. We received a call to the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. It was one of the most memorable cases in our sheriff career.
Yes, Labrador. That day was a real trial for us. The head security guard of the pizzeria called us, and his face was pale with horror. He said he saw on camera how Freddy Fazbear started moving, which was very strange, considering that he usually stands still.
Dobie and I immediately assembled our team and headed to the scene. Upon arrival, we were prepared for anything. Our task was to evacuate everyone from the pizzeria and keep an eye on Freddy Fazbear to prevent any danger.
When we entered the pizzeria, we felt a strange atmosphere. The air was filled with tension, and we knew something was wrong. We started evacuating the visitors and staff, reassuring them that it was just a precaution.
But when everyone was safe, our team began monitoring Freddy Fazbear. He started moving, leaving his usual place, which made us remain constantly vigilant. We watched him, ready to intervene at any moment.
Finally, Freddy Fazbear returned to his place, and we were able to relax. That day showed us how important it is to be prepared for any situation, even the most unexpected. Thanks to our team and actions in the critical moment, we were able to prevent anything.
Exactly, Dobie. It was a real challenge, but we made it. We had an amazing story that happened yesterday. Both I and my faithful partner, Sheriff Dobie, suddenly found ourselves drawn into an incredible adventure that began right at our home.
Yes, Labrador, yesterday was a real climax. Both of us, tired after a hard day's work, went to bed, unaware of what awaited us. But our peace was suddenly interrupted by a strange light and the hum of UFO engines outside the window.
We both woke up from this strange sound and looked out the window to see what was happening. And what did we see? Hovering above our houses was a huge UFO, like something out of alien movies.
It was scary and exciting at the same time. But before we could do anything, we were both taken on this UFO. Before us was an incredible sight. We found ourselves inside the alien spaceship.
And that's when our real adventure began. The aliens made us go through various trials and puzzles to escape from this ship. It was like we were in a real escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria mode, only with aliens instead of a pizzeria.
Labrador and I worked together to overcome all the trials the aliens threw at us. Thanks to our unity and ingenuity, we managed to find a way out of this cosmic labyrinth and return home.
And when we found ourselves back on Earth, we felt like true heroes. It was one of the most incredible days of our lives, which we'll never forget. You never know what might happen, friends, so be prepared for anything.
Yes, we've gone through all the trials Papa Pizza threw at us, and it seemed like we were close to freedom. All that was left was to climb to the top of this sewer and escape from this cursed building. But, oh no, just when we thought our mission was almost complete, another trial awaits us ahead. A scary forest where Papa Pizza awaits us, ready to catch us and turn us into his next pizza topping.
This truly sounds terrifying, Dobie, but we have no choice but to gather all our strength and act together. We've overcome many dangers, and this forest won't be an exception.
Absolutely, Labrador. We must remain resolute and not let fear overcome us. Forward, friends. Together, we can overcome any obstacles and reach the end of this adventure.
Yes, Dobie, you're right. Let's go, guys. Stick together, follow us, and be prepared for anything. We'll meet Papa Pizza and show him that sheriffs don't give up so easily.
All that's left is to climb onto these boxes, and yes, we managed to escape from the evil Papa Pizza. Labrador, how did you manage to get through this dark forest maze? I was really scared when I saw him coming after us. Did you hear? When we jumped over the fence, he cried. I even felt sorry for him. How will he cook pizzas now?
Do you feel sorry for him? Remember what he makes his pizzas from. I think now he realizes that pizza should be made from simple ingredients, not from humans. Thank you for watching, everyone. Goodbye.
Yes, you're right. Goodbye, everyone.
Hello, dear friends. Today we will be escaping from the evil dog head.
But we won't just be escaping. We need to help the mama cat find her kittens. There are 7 kittens in total.
Don't forget to like the video. Well, let's get started. She says there will be monsters waiting for us, but we already know who they are. Maybe they'll see us and think we're one of them.
I hope we don't find out the answer to that question from inside one of them. But that would be amusing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
They came out so suddenly, I didn't expect them around the corner at all.
Look, we found a purple key on the ground. That means there's a purple hole nearby. I mean, a purple lock.
We found it. It seems there's a spawn point here for a reason. Let's go in.
Okay, it seems you're right. We need to do some parkour, but if we fall, we'll be eaten by the giant evil dog head.
It's interesting how she got in here, considering the doors are so small.
Oh no, we fell right next to her. Luckily, she's clumsy due to her size. It must be very cramped for her here. I don't think she was put here intentionally. She was probably born and raised here.
I even feel a little sorry for her. It seems she's never even seen sunlight. That's probably why her eyes are red.
Phew, we landed very lucky on another parkour element, so we won't have to go back far.
Yeah, Sheriff Labrador. Luck is one of the main factors in parkour.
It turns out this block falls too. It's fortunate that having good reflexes gives you a chance not to fall.
Reflexes are indeed good, but it seems like it was too slippery there to get a grip.
Yeah, I also wanted to say that I think luck is needed all the time. Not just in parkour, but in life in general.
Rightly observed, Labrador. We've already passed the parkour. Somewhere around here is the lost kitten.
Here he is. Poor thing, sitting in the cage and crying. We need to quickly take him back to his mama cat. He might be hungry.
It seems we're headed into this portal. It wouldn't be cool to go through the parkour again in reverse.
Here's your little one, mama cat. Try not to lose track of them again. Now, let's go find the rest.
I hope this time it won't be as scary to find the key.
I'm afraid, Dobie, they might have gotten even angrier and called their friends so we couldn't rescue the others.
Yeah, let's try going left. Maybe there are fewer of them that way.
Wow, a banana. Maybe it's also some kind of special key.
It looks like it's a lure in case we get hungry.
Oh no, run! There are so many of them that the screen is shaking as they run.
When will we find the key already?
Here it is, finally. We found the key in the door right away.
Oh no, be careful. Go around them along the wall.
We managed to slip through. It's a good thing we're so agile.
I think there's a bone parkour here. I'm afraid to find out whose bones they are from.
Why is there a bone on the left if you can just... I got it. It was a scam.
Labrador, usually when people say scam, they mean an online deception for money.
Well, Dobby, now I know. By the way, what if the bones are here intentionally and they knew we'd come and gnaw on them? Did they think it would be so easy to bait us?
Unlikely. I have only one question. Why did they dress us up as cats? What if they had seen that we were dogs? They wouldn't have been hostile towards us.
Unfortunately, we won't find out because it's impossible to take it off. It's stuck.
I hear some sounds too. We need to get to the source. Maybe it's hypnotism for the kitten.
Perhaps. Here's the source, the head of the evil dog. It seems to be a fake. And in fact, it's a speaker.
It's emitting very strange sounds, as if it's a signal for aliens, or a call for other crazy dog heads.
Hooray! Come on, little kitten. We'll take you back to your mom now.
I wonder where the father of these kittens is.
I hope he's safe. And those weren't his bones there.
Here's another kitten. Only 5 left to find.
Let's keep going and search for the keys.
It seems like this isn't a key. Why do we need a toilet?
This is a teleporter. It's strange that it's in the toilet. Maybe we're in the sewer.
Judging by the fact that we just jumped into the water, that's true. Oh, look, it's the evil doghead fish. How does its head not tip over?
It seems we need to somehow navigate around these air currents so we don't get pulled up towards the dogfish.
Yeah, I see a spot where we can swim through. The main thing is not to rush and hold our breath well.
Oops, looks like she can swim. I thought she was just standing still.
Hey, Labrador, what do you think this place is, and how did we end up here?
I have no idea, Dobie. It's definitely weird. Why are Mama Cat's kittens locked up in cages guarded by the heads of evil dogs? And why do we need to go through all these trials to reach them?
It seems they chose us precisely because they know we're the best sheriffs. Maybe these dogheads were once ordinary, kind dogs, but something went wrong with an experiment. Or they were intentionally made like this. But who and for what purpose could create such a strange place?
Perhaps it's the work of some mad scientist or a group of pranksters. Or maybe it's part of some larger experiment. Regardless, our priority right now is to figure out how to navigate through these challenges and rescue those kittens.
Agreed. It seems that each trial is designed to test our skills and problem-solving abilities. We'll save these kittens and uncover the mystery of this strange place.
Hold the kitten, let's go find the next one.
I hope they're okay and still alive after all this time. But I don't think kittens would taste good. Plus, they're small and bony.
Great, another key. The door must be nearby.
There it is. Hurry up.
All right, what's up this time? These trials are really exciting.
There is a lot of dirt and stones around. Are we underground?
Look, we stepped on some strange material and it disappeared right under our feet. Just hope there's no trap like in Minecraft when you dig below yourself.
I hope the kids aren't claustrophobic. Let's make the atmosphere a little less gloomy by telling the kids a story about how there was a feud between cats and dogs in town. But we managed to band together to prevent something terrible from happening. It was a tense time in our city. Dogs and cats were at each other's throats, constantly bickering and fighting over territory and resources. It seemed like there was no end to the animosity between them.
Indeed, Dobie. The situation was dire. The streets were filled with growls and hisses, and it felt like the city was on the brink of chaos. But then something unexpected happened.
One day, a series of mysterious disappearances occurred. Dogs and cats from all over the city were vanishing without a trace. At first, we thought it was just the usual conflicts escalating, but it soon became clear that something more sinister was at play.
We knew we had to act fast. Despite the long-standing animosity between our two species, we realized that we were all in this together. We couldn't let our differences divide us any longer.
So, we put aside our rivalry and joined forces to investigate the disappearances. Working together was challenging at first, but as we delved deeper into the mystery, we discovered evidence pointing to a common enemy.
Hooray! We saved a kitten! It turns out that a group of rogue animals, neither dog nor cat, was behind the disappearances. They were trying to sow discord among us, using our differences against us to further their own agenda.
But we weren't about to let them succeed. With the help of our fellow dogs and cats, we tracked down the culprits and put an end to their scheme. In doing so, we realized that despite our differences, we were stronger together.
How sneaky! There was an evil doghead waiting for us right behind the door. I'm very glad that now cats and dogs in our city no longer harbor hatred towards each other.
I completely agree with you. Look, we found a door and immediately found the key. Very convenient.
While we were looking for that door, we found another key. Since we found another door as well, let's go through this one.
Labrador, I just remembered another interesting story. I always love spending time in the forest, enjoying nature, and collecting mushrooms. One warm autumn day, I decided to go for a walk in the woods alone. Labrador was busy with city affairs, and I thought some solitude wouldn't hurt. As I walked along the narrow path, I relished the fresh air and the vibrant colors of the autumn leaves. Soon, I stumbled upon a clearing with magnificent white mushrooms, and I began gathering them into my basket. Suddenly, I heard a strange noise coming from deep within the forest and decided to check it out. As I got closer, the forest came alive. The tree branches seemed alive and were moving as if trying to grab me. In a panic, I started looking for a way back, but the path had disappeared. Gathering all my courage, I continued forward, hoping to find a way out.
Oh no, we made a mistake. We've been here before.
Suddenly, I stumbled upon a deep pit filled with water and saw a large bear heading towards it. I froze, not daring to breathe. While the bear drank, I slowly and quietly began to retreat. But one of the branches under my foot snapped, and the bear looked up, staring straight at me. My basket of mushrooms fell from my hands, and I ran. I dashed through the forest, avoiding branches, until I burst onto a familiar clearing where the path leading out of the forest began. My heart was pounding, but I kept running until I reached safety. When I finally emerged from the forest, I was exhausted, but happy to have avoided danger.
Very engaging story with an unexpected twist, Dobie. Thanks for sharing it with us. Well, we found another key and are hurrying to open the penultimate door. Let's hope everything's all right with the kittens.
I see him behind the glass wall. We need to figure out how to reach it.
It looks like we'll have to do some parkour on the rocks. By the way, it really reminds me of the floor is lava mode. Guys, be sure to check out the video about this mode on our channel.
I'd like to take this golden key and melt it down. It could fetch a pretty penny. Something tells me there's a spawn point here for a reason.
You're right, the evil dog eat us.
How I love my job. From the outside, it seems very difficult. To some extent, it is. But when the work is enjoyable for you, all the difficulties seem trivial. It's always fun when you have such a cool partner like you, Labrador.
Very kind words, Dobie, thank you. You're a great partner too. But it seems like this is the last kitten.
Old Mama Cat, never lose your kittens again. Our adventure is coming to an end.
Here we are, finally out of that dreadful place and having done another good deed. It feels so satisfying. Anyway, thanks to everyone for watching. Feel free to suggest more games for us to play in the comments. Like, subscribe, and check out our other videos. But for now, we won't say goodbye.
See you later.
Hello, dear friends. Today, Dobie and I will be playing the scariest map in Roblox, Doors. We are in for a lot of mysterious challenges, and most importantly, we'll be accompanied by various jump scares and a creepy atmosphere throughout the journey. We hope you enjoy watching.
Yes, hello everyone. That's right, Sheriff Labrador. The fans have been asking us to play this map a lot. Thanks to all the likes and comments. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, we've already passed through 2 rooms.
Dobie, finally, we'll test your mettle. You always say you're not afraid of anything, but on all the maps we've played, you've always tucked your tail in fear. Ha ha ha!
Let's focus on the game, Labrador. I hope you didn't forget to put on a diaper yourself.
Look at how many people are with us. I think they, like us, decided to test their nerves. Dobie, how often do you play horror games alone? I get really scared when I'm by myself. It's always less scary with friends.
I don't really like playing alone either. It's definitely calmer with friends. Plus, you can always chat and share interesting stories with friends. It's strange. We're already at the 10th door and haven't encountered a single monster. Maybe the game glitched?
I don't think so, Dobie. These kinds of games love to wait for just the right amount of time, and then a really scary monster suddenly jumps out at you.
Ah, did you see the lights flicker? I think that's a sign that a monster is about to attack.
What? Where did we get teleported to? What should we do? We probably just need to keep moving forward and not look back. It's really scary.
Oh, I get it. We can't just keep moving forward. Let's be careful and watch out for any signs or clues.
Exactly, Dobie. When the turnaround sign appears on the screen, we need to make sure we don't miss it. I hope our whole team handles this monster, or it'll be even scarier alone. By the way, where is everyone? Maybe they got teleported to a nearby room? If that's the case, how does this monster track each player? Maybe there are several of them.
You mean several identical monsters? That's not a bad theory. Maybe we're being teleported to different worlds altogether.
Yes, we defeated the first monster. Looks like our whole team is okay too. Great job, Dobie. It seems there are 2 doors here and only 1 is correct. Do you remember the number of the previous door? It seems it was the 11th door. Oh, there's no 12th door here at all.
I definitely remember that the previous door was number 13. It seems the girl sacrificed herself for our team. Oh no, she's fine. But it must have been painful.
What's that blue light? Could it be another monster attacking us so quickly? I better just walk past as quickly as possible. It's not bothering me anyway. Looks like it was harmless.
We've already encountered 2 monsters. I wonder how many more there are. Please write in the comments. What do you think, Sheriff Labrador? How many doors will we pass today? Judging by our pace, we have a chance to reach the 100th door and beat the game. I really hope so.
I think we'll reach the 50th door. While you were talking, we met an absolutely identical monster with a blue glow. It seems to exist solely to psychologically scare us with its presence. Such jump scares only work on kids. But we've seen worse, haven't we? Perhaps the farther we go, the more frequently we'll encounter monsters. I wonder if it's possible for there to be 10 monsters in one room at once.
Let's keep going. I think we'll encounter a new monster soon. And here comes an attack. The lights are flickering again. Let's run into the closet.
Well, where is it? Was that attack fake and they just scared us? Listen to the sounds. Something cracked, probably the light bulbs.
It seems like we're about to suffocate. We should have practiced holding our breath. Ah, did you see that? Someone just ran by. It's a new monster.
We've already passed 20 rooms, though I don't see one of our team members. Hopefully he'll catch up if you're not dead. Here's a grill. Is this the end? Oh no, it seems we need to do something in the basement to open the gate of the grill. Maybe we need to find something like a button or a lever.
Yes, I think there will definitely be something useful here. Maybe even a flashlight. I think I see a lever behind the grill. Great. He did it.
Let's tell the guys a scary story with an unexpected ending about how you and I went on a spooky quest.
Oh no, just don't remind me of that. I just forgot.
Once I, Sheriff Labrador, along with my partner Dobie, decided to unwind a bit and accept an invitation to a new quest that had opened nearby our precinct. It was called the Labyrinth of Horrors, and we were assured it would be a fun experience. We arrived at the quest, and right at the entrance, we were greeted by an ominous atmosphere. Dim lighting, gloomy decorations, and eerie sounds. But we were confident. What could frighten two sheriffs who had been through so many trials?
As we entered the maze, I was full of determination to prove that we weren't easily frightened. The first rooms were amusing, strange sounds and flashes of light. But the further we went, the scarier it became. In one of the rooms, vicious creatures suddenly appeared. Labrador seemed unfazed, but I could feel my heart pounding more and more. It was especially terrifying to encounter a huge wolf that unexpectedly leaped out of the shadows. We kept going, and the tension was mounting. At one of the turns, we were confronted by a group of terrifying clowns, their menacing grimaces and sinister laughter making me flinch. I tried to hold it together, but fear was starting to take over.
In one of the last rooms, just when we thought nothing could be scarier, a huge bear with glowing eyes suddenly leaped out from around the corner. Dobie flinched and I felt him wobble slightly. At that moment, I heard a faint sound and realized that Dobie was genuinely scared. I looked at him and saw a dark stain spreading on his pants, which amused me a lot, but I tried not to show it. We hurried towards the exit, where the quest operator greeted us with a wide smile on his face. We pretended like everything was under control, but I knew that this experience would stay with us for a long time.
Wow, I'd rather forget about it forever, like a bad dream. Why did you record it on video? Now everyone will find out about it. How am I supposed to walk down the street calmly now?
Don't worry, you don't get recognized on the street as often as I do. By the way, do you remember the number of the last door? It was 29, so we should go to the 30th. Hey, girl, this way for us. Open this door.
Oh no, she can't hear you. Write in the chat. But you don't have to write anymore. I hope she survived. Let's just open this door ourselves.
Wow, we found a lockpick. We definitely need to try it out.
My nose is itching. That's not a good sign.
Do you see that? There are scary eyes on the wall. Maybe it's a new monster, and you're not supposed to look at them? Although, we would have died long ago. Let's just keep going.
It suddenly got really dark. The perfect moment to scare us. Did you hear that? Ah!
Pooh, that was really scary. I hope you didn't wet yourself, because ahead of us awaits one of the bosses of this map. Seek.
Very funny. You screamed just as loudly as I did. Better prepare yourself mentally. We'll need to run and crawl through obstacles during the battle with the boss.
How do you know all this, Dobie?
To be honest, I've been preparing.
So you wouldn't be scared?
As you can see, it didn't help much.
Here it comes, it's starting. My paws are already sweating. Phew, let's go.
Run, run, run.
Don't worry, Dobie, we got this. The main thing is to stay alert.
I hope we won't get crushed by a wardrobe. Just don't look back or you might trip and fall.
Did you notice that during the boss battle, we also pass through doors because the room number increases?
That's true. It would be nice to make it all the way to the end of the game like this, because this boss is easier than the boss at the 50th door.
The main thing is not to get caught in the fire. Ouch, it seems like I just singed my tail.
Hooray, we did it. Look how we left him behind. He seemed quite slow. Let's tease him, ha ha ha.
Just be careful. The door might suddenly slam shut and we'll be left alone with him.
Looks like he slammed into the door at full speed, but serves him right. It seems like there are fewer and fewer of us, which doesn't make me happy, but it also shows that you and I are doing pretty well. Maybe we really will make it to the last door.
Meanwhile, we're almost to another boss. Figure. Oh, the lights are flickering again, but we already know what to do.
As far as I know, there are two types of monsters on this map that you need to hide from in the closet. The first one is Rush, and the second one is Ambush. The difference is that Ambush can fly by several times in a row, and you can't stay in the closet for too long.
Oh no, Dobie, this guy for some reason came out of the closet too early. I feel sorry for him. He probably blinked and thought the monster had already left. Sigh. Minus one more team member. Well, at least we got his lockpicks and lighter. Let's tell the guys an interesting story about how we saved the city from the cunning plan of a mad scientist to infect all electronic devices. This was the time when we, Sheriff Labradors and Dobie, decided to take a break from our usual work and head to the gaming club in the heart of the city. We couldn't afford to relax often, but sometimes we needed a bit of entertainment too. As soon as we entered the gaming club, we were surrounded by the sound of coins, flashing lights, and excited voices. We headed towards the arcade machines, and I noticed an old machine in the corner that always caught my attention.
We forgot about our work and got completely immersed in the world of arcade games. But suddenly, one of the machines malfunctioned. The screen started flickering and occasionally showed strange images that evoked horror and fear. People began to scream and panic.
We immediately realized that something was wrong. Dobie and I decided to check what was happening with this machine. When we approached it, I noticed a strange device connected to its back panel. It seemed to be some kind of signal transmission device.
While we were dealing with this, we received a call from the sheriff's office. It turned out that electronic devices throughout the city had started displaying similar symptoms. We realized that this was not a coincidence, but the cunning plan of some mad scientist.
We rushed to take action. Our top priority was to find this scientist and stop him before he caused even more damage to our city. We used all of our skills and resources to track down his whereabouts.
Thanks to our persistence and cooperation, we managed to find his hideout in an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city. He was attempting to activate his device to cause even more chaos, but we thwarted him just in time.
We arrested him and prevented a catastrophe. This incident reminded us that even during leisure time, we must always be vigilant and ready to act when necessary. And although this experience was scary and tense, we were able to overcome it together, like true partners and friends.
Yes, it's wonderful to be a sheriff and have such a loyal and wonderful partner like you. Here we go, Sheriff Labrador. We've reached the next boss. We need to prepare ourselves mentally because it's going to be very challenging.
So, dear friends, this video is coming to an end. If you want to see the continuation of our game, please like and subscribe to the channel. Well, we're not saying goodbye. See you soon. Hello, everyone. Sheriff Labrador here. Can you guess who we're escaping from today? And by the way, I'm not alone.
Yes, Dobie is here too.
As you can see, we're in the house trapped by the evil grandmother. Our task for today is to escape from here. We need to be quiet so as not to wake her up.
But it's not that simple. Don't let her age fool you. She has built a complex of challenges in her house.
Look, she threw away our photo. It seems she hates us.
Let's start the escape. Oh, look. This is a photo of that old man we've already run away from. Looks like they're married.
Oh no, I hope she doesn't wake up from this. Yes, I remember how we escaped from that old man. Be sure to check it out on our channel.
Wow, it looks like this vent led straight to the attic of this house. I hope that Grandma doesn't catch us here. Oh, she even set up mines.
She probably loves cats since there's a photo of one hanging in her attic. Although, all grandmas love cats.
Why do you think this old lady put us in a cage?
She probably wanted to make soup out of us.
Oh, look, I just noticed we're at a great height, and there are spikes below us.
I hope we don't fall right into the grandmother's mouth when we come out of the ventilation.
I hope so, too. It would be tragic if she ate us right away.
There's a lot of dust in this ventilation. It's driving me crazy.
Oh, look, this grandma is right in front of us. I hope she doesn't wake up right now. Let's jump onto her belly.
Oh, that was unexpected, but it's good she didn't notice us.
Look, are those teeth in a jar? Fee!
I agree, that's disgusting. All right, we need to hurry before she wakes. I didn't even get to finish my sentence.
She's running right after us.
Shoo, what are these snotty green cookies? We'd better not step on them.
She's even farting.
Oh no, she's too close. She might grab us by the tail.
Look, there's a red button in front of us. We need to press it quickly.
This button opened a passage ahead. Let's run there before the evil grandma catches us.
Oh, look how red the evil grandma turned. We should jump next to her.
Look, now she's not even paying attention to us.
There are so many cookies here. I was right when I said she really loves cookies.
The evil grandma is so clumsy that she even knocked over the glass of milk.
Grandma completely forgot about us. She's not even trying to chase us anymore.
Oh, look, it's a giant fan that will lift us straight up.
There are traps along our path set by the evil grandma, but we won't give up. We'll easily overcome them.
I completely agree with you, Dobie. There are no obstacles on our path that we cannot overcome.
Oh, we almost fell back down. We need to be more careful.
Hooray, we've overcome those traps.
Don't celebrate too soon. Let's see what awaits us next behind this door.
Look, we've ended up in some sort of dungeon.
Let's jump on these geysers. I think they'll help us move forward.
Hey, Dobie, don't you think it's getting too hot in here?
I agree with you. It's getting too hot here. Let's get out of here quickly and eat some cold ice cream.
Phew, The board broke right under us. I hope that doesn't happen again.
Look, there's ventilation again. I think we should climb into it.
The ventilation is dusty again. I hope there are no spiders here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see a giant spider here.
Oh no, we fell into the room where the evil grandma is knitting.
I hope we don't meet her here. I wouldn't want her to knit a scarf out of us.
Listen, it sounds like something gigantic is rolling nearby. Oh, Dobie, I wasn't imagining it. A giant ball of yarn just rolled past us. Oh no, we didn't quite make it to the safe spot in time. I hope we can reach a safe spot before the next one squashes us flat.
I think we just had a bit of bad luck with the timing.
How convenient that there are holes in the walls. If they weren't there, we would have been flattened a long time ago.
Oh, I can see the exit. I hope the end is near.
Hey, Dobie, to make it more exciting as we head towards the final showdown with the evil grandma, let's remember how we saved the city from the evil robot.
Of course, it was one of those days when everything seemed calm until the nightmare began. The sky darkened, and a giant evil robot appeared on the horizon, casting a shadow over our town. The townsfolk were panicking, and we, Sheriffs Dobie and Labrador, knew we had to act fast.
First, we had to calm the people down and organize the evacuation of those in the danger zone. But then we decided to find out more about this monstrous machine.
We were shocked to discover that the robot was controlled by a deranged inventor who had lost control of his creation. The robot was rampaging through the town, causing havoc and destruction.
We realized there was no time to waste. We needed to act swiftly to save the town. We assembled a team and gathered all the resources we could find to stop this mechanical menace.
We devised a plan to disable the robot. It was risky, but we had no other choice. We had to protect our town and its people.
Using our knowledge of mechanics and some heavy-duty equipment, we managed to create a powerful electromagnetic pulse, EMP, device. Our goal was to get close enough to the robot to activate the EMP and shut it down.
With the help of our brave team, we set up a diversion to distract the robot while we got into position. It was dangerous, but we were determined to succeed.
As the robot focused on the diversion, Dobie and I made our move. We got close enough to activate the EMP, and with a loud hum, the robot started to malfunction.
The giant robot staggered and then collapsed, its systems fried by the EMP. The immediate threat was over, but we knew we had to secure the area and ensure the robot was completely disabled.
Working together, we dismantled the robot piece by piece, making sure it couldn't be reactivated. The townsfolk began to emerge from their hiding places, grateful and relieved.
Saving the town from the giant robot, we understood that the power of our unity and determination could overcome any challenge. Thanks to our joint effort, the town was saved, and Labrador and I are proud to have helped our community in its hour of need.
Did you see that giant pool filled with cookies? She's definitely crazy.
Yeah, but there's a trap here. Of course, it didn't work on us, but it was still scary. One wrong move and it's all over.
Look, there's another big fan here. Hopefully there are fewer traps this time around.
This fan has propelled us to crazy speeds.
I love speed, especially when I'm racing on my police bike to respond to calls.
Oh, look, the airflow from the fan lifted us up.
Let's jump carefully so we don't fall into the abyss.
This challenge room is longer than I thought. Hopefully, we'll get out of here soon.
Oh, there's a new obstacle ahead, but we're not afraid of it.
It's interesting why the evil old lady set up these challenges for us.
I think it's useless to dwell on that. Our main priority is to escape from here.
Oh, we weren't careful enough going through that obstacle course. Next time, we should watch our step more closely.
Carefulness and professionalism are crucial aspects of our work.
These pipes are taking us higher and higher. The main thing is not to fall into that abyss.
I think the exit from here is coming up soon. The key is not to rush, and everything will work out.
It's getting boring. Let's tell another story again.
With pleasure. It was one of those serene days when the sun was shining bright and the town was going about its usual business. But then came the relentless rain. At first, it seemed like a passing shower, but it soon became evident that this was no ordinary downpour. The streets were quickly flooding and panic spread among the townspeople. Sheriff Dobie and I knew we had to act swiftly.
First and foremost, we had to calm the frantic residents and swiftly organize the evacuation of those in the flood's path. It was a chaotic scene, with people desperately seeking higher ground as the waters rose.
Once the initial chaos was somewhat under control, we delved into understanding the cause of this sudden deluge.
To our astonishment, we discovered that a reckless scientist was to blame. He had been experimenting with weather control technology and inadvertently triggered this catastrophic flooding.
There was no time to waste. The safety of our town was at stake. We quickly assembled a team of rescuers and set out to confront this new challenge.
Together, we devised a plan to mitigate the flooding and clear the streets. It was risky, but in times of crisis, risks must be taken.
Using specialized equipment and strategic placements, we managed to divert the worst of the flooding away from populated areas and towards safer zones.
Through tireless effort and determination, we were able to stabilize the situation. The water levels began to recede, and the immediate danger passed.
As the town started to recover amidst the cleanup and restoration efforts, Dobie and I reflected on the resilience of our community. It was through our combined efforts and unwavering resolve that we managed to save our town from the brink of disaster.
The experience reinforced to us the importance of unity in the face of adversity. Together, we overcame the challenges posed by the flooding and emerged stronger as a community. Labrador and I take pride in having been able to assist our fellow townsfolk in their time of need.
Hey, Dobie, enough with the story. Look, there's a giant cookie in front of us. Let's get closer to it.
Let's grab it before the evil old lady comes.
I think it's a trap, so be prepared.
We're sheriffs after all. We're always ready.
I guessed it, but it was pretty obvious. What else could the grandma come up with? Look at how many of her clones are here.
When did she manage to multiply like this? I think we need to hurry, or they'll fill up this entire lawn.
Despite all our efforts, the clones of the evil old lady keep coming and coming.
We've already taken almost half of this old lady's health. It's good they gave us a bazooka instead of a revolver. Otherwise, we'd be fighting for a very long time.
Don't celebrate too soon. We need to be more careful or we'll end up trapped here forever.
I've noticed there are two types of grandmas here. Some die from one hit, while others have a lot of HP.
Hooray, we won! That was a thrilling battle.
Oh, I totally agree with you, Labrador. It was not an easy battle.
Now we just need to get out of this cursed house as quickly as possible.
Wow, what a car. It must be some powerful sports car. It even has cookie wheels. Since we defeated that grandma, it means we've accomplished our goal for today.
And that means it's time to say goodbye. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button.
See you soon.
Hey guys, today we're in Roblox playing the Escape from Digetigo prison mode. We're in for a lot of challenges and traps. Be sure to like and comment if you enjoy watching us fight for freedom.
Yeah, Labrador, this prison is not for the faint-hearted. Every step here is a challenge. Look at these walls. It's like something out of a prison escape movie.
Hey Dobie, remember when we used to build our prisons out of blankets and pillows as kids? Ha ha ha, those were the days. Now it's much more serious.
Exactly. But instead of pillows, there are laser traps and surveillance cameras here. But we can handle it. By the way, did you know that Dagadago is not just fiction? It's a family of cowboys, cookies, nuggets, and other tasty foods.
Wow, really? Well, we'll be the first. Let's stick to the plan. We get through the parkour, then escape from Digetigo.
It's like we're in a cartoon, like in missions from old movies. Labrador, could you be a real-life spy?
Maybe, but I'd want cool gadgets like James Bond. Haha, alright, let's go, but quietly.
A nugget cowboy is chasing us. We need to run as fast as we can. Honestly, he looks really cute. I don't even know what he could do to us. A nugget cowboy is chasing us. We need to run as fast as we can. Honestly, he looks really cute. I don't even know what he could do to us.
Dobie, did you see that nugget cowboy? He looks like a live chicken in a cowboy outfit. Run faster before he catches us.
Yeah, I didn't expect that at all. Are we in a cartoon? That nugget even has a gun. Come on, Labrador, jump over these planks.
Be careful, don't fall. They look unreliable. It's like something out of an old Western movie. I can almost hear Ennio Morricone's music.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there were saloons and cowboys on horses here. Hey, did you ever dream of becoming a cowboy?
Well, as a kid, yeah, but I never imagined a nugget cowboy. Oh, careful, there he is, right behind us.
Come on, Labrador. Just imagine we're in an exciting Western. Only instead of a regular sheriff, we're being chased by a creepy nugget. Ha ha!
Ha ha, exactly. Hey, look, there are cacti ahead. Don't run into them. It will hurt.
Haha, yeah, cacti are definitely not our friends. And I noticed there are barrels of dynamite everywhere. Seriously, who left these here?
I guess cowboys had their ways of entertainment too. Listen, we're almost out of this desert. Don't stop now.
Oh, another trap ahead. These wooden bridges could collapse at any moment. Hold on tight.
Let's not end up at the bottom of this canyon. Dobie, what happens if the nugget catches us? Will he offer us a choice of sauces? Ha ha ha.
Ha ha! He'll probably invite us to dinner where we're the main course, but we won't give him that chance. Let's go, Labrador.
Look, we're almost out of this cowboy camp. I see the gates ahead. Run with all your might.
Come on, Labrador. We can do it. And by the way, if anyone asks, we were just passing by and decided to play cowboys and Indians for a bit. Ha ha!
Guys, make sure to like and leave a comment. Dobie, do you remember that special operation in the desert? We were called to investigate the disappearance of entire caravans. No one knew what was behind it, but rumors about a sand monster quickly spread.
Yes, Labrador. That was a real challenge. When we arrived in the desert, the heat and sandstorms made our mission even harder, but everything changed when we first saw that monster.
It looked like a huge sand tornado, spinning at incredible speed and sweeping everything in its path. We saw entire tents and cars lifted into the air and disappearing into this sand whirlwind.
And it wasn't just a natural phenomenon. We noticed the tornado was moving along a specific path, as if someone was controlling it. This made us think there was something more behind it.
We started looking for any signs of control or an energy source that could be managing this sand monster. And this is where our ingenuity helped. We found an old bunker that seemed to have been abandoned for a long time.
When we got inside, we found equipment generating electromagnetic pulses. These pulses were affecting the sand, creating the tornado, and controlling it. Behind it all was a mad scientist using his inventions to get revenge on the city for old grievances.
We shut down the equipment and apprehended the scientist. As soon as the pulses stopped, the sand monster dissipated, and the desert returned to its normal state. The city and the caravans were saved.
That was really tough, just like in the Spider-Man movie against Mysterio, fighting illusions. By the way, I remembered something else. Labrador, did you too? Haha.
That day, when we faced the illusionist, it was one of the toughest cases we've ever encountered. It all started with alarming reports of destroyed cities and disappearing people. The culprit turned out to be none other than the illusionist, who used his drones to create terrifying illusions.
Of course, Labrador. It was a real nightmare. The illusionist transformed into monsters of fire, water, wind, and earth, terrifying people and destroying everything in his path. His drones created such realistic illusions that it was hard to tell them apart from reality.
We knew dealing with this threat wouldn't be easy. We started by gathering information about the illusionist and his drones. It turned out he was a brilliant scientist who turned to the dark side after his research was rejected by society.
We had to act quickly and decisively. We studied his past work and realized he was using advanced technology to control his drones and create illusions. Our task was to find the source of his power and shut it down.
We tracked him to an abandoned factory on the outskirts of the city. That's where he had set up his lab and controlled the drones. The factory was filled with traps and surveillance cameras, but we knew we had no choice.
When we reached the lab, we were met by an army of drones creating monster illusions. Fire dragons, water serpents, tornado whirlwinds, and giant stone golems, all trying to stop us. But we didn't fall for the tricks and kept moving forward.
We used our skills and technology to counter the illusions. Understanding that the monsters were just mirages, we focused all our efforts on destroying the drones. Gradually, their numbers dwindled, and the illusionist began losing control.
Eventually, we reached the illusionist himself. He tried to create one last illusion, a giant monster version of himself, combining all four elements. But we were ready. We used a special device that blocked his signals, and the illusions disappeared.
We arrested him and shut down all the drones. The city was saved and people could breathe a sigh of relief again. This operation showed us the importance of our knowledge, ingenuity, and determination.
Yes, Labrador. We dealt with this threat and protected our city. It was a tough task, but thanks to our persistence and teamwork, we were able to triumph.
Dobie, remember that day when we had to stop the mad scientist who turned himself into a giant lizard? It all started with a distress call about strange incidents at a laboratory on the outskirts of town.
Of course, Labrador. It was one of the weirdest and most dangerous cases in our career. The scientist, Dr. Gecko, was known for his radical experiments. He always dreamed of creating a potion that would give people lizard-like abilities. But something went terribly wrong.
When we arrived, the laboratory was already in ruins. Dr. Gecko, transformed into a giant lizard, had taken to the streets of the city. His goal was clear. He wanted to turn all the residents into lizards to create a new society.
We immediately knew that conventional methods wouldn't stop him. We needed to find a way to neutralize the potion and return Dr. Gecko to his normal state. We started searching his lab for clues.
Inside the lab, we found his notes and formulas. It turned out the potion could be neutralized with a special antidote that Dr. Gecko had developed in case of failure. But creating it required rare ingredients found only in the forest outside the city.
We ventured into the forest and began collecting the necessary plants and minerals. It wasn't easy, as Dr. Gecko had already begun his transformation and his lizard minions were patrolling the woods. We had to sneak past their post to gather all the ingredients.
When we finally returned to the lab, the most challenging part began, making the antidote. We followed the instructions, but time was running out. Dr. Gecko had already started spreading his potion throughout the city, and the first residents were beginning to transform into lizards.
We managed to create the antidote and poured it into the city's water supply. It was a risky decision, but we had no other choice. Soon after, everyone who drank the water began returning to their normal state. Even Dr. Gecko began shrinking and transforming back into a human.
When Dr. Gecko returned to his normal state, he was stunned and confessed that he hadn't realized the full danger of his experiment. We arrested him and took him to jail, where he would now be held accountable for his actions.
This operation showed us how dangerous experiments can be when they get out of control. But thanks to our perseverance and ingenuity, we were able to save the city and return everyone to normal.
Hey, Dobie, remember that treasure hunt from last week? When we were searching for the treasure the mayor hid somewhere out there?
Of course, Labrador. It was quite an adventure. The mayor really knows how to make things exciting. And as true adventurers, we couldn't miss out on such an opportunity.
I remember how we all dug up every inch of that park. Even Bobby the squirrel joined in. I thought she was hinting at something, but turns out she just wanted a nut.
And do you remember the mayor's cunning clue? Where the grasses are green, there the treasure lies unseen. We were suspicious of nearly every tree.
But in the end, we found the treasure. And what was inside? Gift certificates for pizza. The mayor sure knows how to delight his citizens.
Labrador, that was awesome. Now let's say goodbye to our viewers. Remember, if there are contests in your town, join them. Until next time.
Best of luck to all of you, and until we meet again. Hello everyone, guys. Dobby and I really want to go to the bathroom, but the angry teacher won't let us. We'll have to endure or go through the challenges and get to the bathroom.
Yes, guys, hello. So today we logged into Roblox in the mode Don't Poop Yourself at School. Labrador, I really need to go to the bathroom. Let's hurry up. I'm about to brick it right here.
Dobby, do you see how scary it is here? This school is very frightening. There are rumors that the teachers here are real monsters. That's why they don't let students go to the bathroom.
Labrador, today we will find out the truth. But I can already tell you something. It's a big secret. Subscribers. I can tell you too, but you have to subscribe to the channel, like, and leave any comment. Time starts now.
Hey, Dobby, did you also notice that something's not right in our school? These teachers seem strange.
Oh, Labrador, haven't you figured it out yet? They are monsters. Remember Mr. Brown, our math teacher? He has glowing orbs instead of eyes.
Yeah, and his creepy smile when he gives us tests. It's like he feeds on our fear. And Miss Green, the biology teacher? She's definitely not human. Her hands sometimes look like tentacles.
Exactly, and she constantly asks us to bring live frogs for experiments. She's way too into dissecting, if you know what I mean.
Haha, yeah, right. And Mr. Red, our PE teacher, he's always so angry, and when he yells, his voice sounds like a wolf's growl.
Oh, yes, and he never lets us go to the bathroom. It's crazy. Maybe he's afraid we'll find out his secrets.
Quite possible. Remember how he caught Johnny when he tried to run away during recess? He snuck up on him so fast it was like he had 4 legs.
Oh, and Miss White from the library? She never blinks. I saw her eyes glowing in the dark when I returned a book after closing.
How creepy. She's definitely not human. I think she drinks more than just tea when she sits in her chair.
Labrador, have you noticed that the school is always eerily cold? Like there are ghosts here.
Yeah, and the strange noises in the hallways. Last night I heard someone whispering my name. It wasn't you, was it?
No way! In those moments, I hide under the blanket. But remember how we found those footprints on the floor in the chemistry lab? They were huge, like those of a Yeti.
Oh yeah, and that strange smell, like something's rotting. I think that was Mr. Red's dinner.
Haha, possibly. But what should we do? We need to uncover their secrets and tell everyone.
Yes, but first we need to find a safe place. Maybe in the old abandoned classroom.
Great idea. We'll gather evidence and save the other students. We're real detectives.
Hey, Dobby, do you see those huge guys on the field? We need to somehow get past them without getting crushed.
Oh, Labrador, those guys look like real tanks. The coach is definitely serious about their training. Look, that's Coach Brown, our PE teacher. He's definitely not human, more like a bull in human skin.
Yeah, you're right. He yells so loudly that the ground shakes. And those players, if we're not careful, we'll get flattened.
Okay, Labrador, stay close to me. We need to be like ninjas to sneak past them. Over there on the left, the players seem busy practicing tackles.
Good idea, Dobby. But look, Chris, our classmate just dashed past us on the right. He's running so fast as if Coach Brown himself was chasing him.
Ha ha ha, exactly. I think Coach Brown secretly pumps them full of adrenaline. And what about Coach Green? He's standing by the goal and looks like he's about to explode with anger.
Yeah, and his constant growling when someone makes a mistake. I think he'll turn into the Hulk if someone throws the ball wrong. Hey, let's go behind that pile of helmets. They might give us some cover.
Agreed. Be careful. Don't trip. Oh, and there's Coach Red. His arms look bigger than my legs. Did you see him lift 3 guys at once yesterday?
Yeah, Red could compete in the world's strongest man show. I think he feeds his players some special mix. Hey, look, Coach White is here too. He's writing something in his notebook, probably planning how to catch us.
Or coming up with a new strategy to turn us into American football stars. But let's hope that's not the case. Ha ha.
One day, we received an urgent call from the city school. Students and parents were in a panic as the teachers suddenly turned into supervillains and blocked all the exits. Our city had never seen such chaos. Dobby and I immediately realized that an evil scientist, who had tried to wreak havoc before, was behind this.
Yes, Labrador. That villain was known as Professor Treachery. His goal was always to create chaos and fear. This time, he turned our teachers into monsters and took over the school. We knew we didn't have time to think. We headed straight to the school to deal with the situation.
The first thing we did was sneak into the school through the back entrance. Inside, we were met with a terrible surprise. The hallways were filled with traps and obstacles. Overcoming one obstacle after another, we began searching for the evil professor.
In every classroom, we encountered teachers who had been turned into supervillains. Mrs. Gray, the math teacher, had become the Ice Queen, freezing everything around her. Mr. Brown, the PE teacher, had turned into the Iron Bruiser with superhuman strength. Each encounter was a tough challenge, but we didn't give up.
We understood that we needed to find the source of this transformation and stop Professor Treachery. As we passed through the library, we stumbled upon a secret passage leading to an underground laboratory. That's where the professor was hiding with his evil equipment.
When Professor Treachery saw us, he tried to activate his last trump card, a giant robot that was supposed to destroy the school, but we didn't give him a chance. Using our wit and agility, we disabled the robot and captured the professor.
Gathering all the evidence of his crimes, we called for backup. Professor Treachery was arrested and his equipment was destroyed. Gradually, the teachers returned to normal, and the school once again became a place where you could learn without fear.
We're glad we could save the school and restore peace and calm. That day reminded us of how important it is to be ready for any challenge and to protect our city from evil.
That day started like any other, but turned into a real fairy tale. Dobby and I were patrolling our city when we noticed a strange glow coming from an old building on the outskirts. Deciding to check it out, we went inside and found ourselves drawn into an incredible adventure.
Yes, Labrador, it was something unimaginable. We entered a laboratory full of strange machines and vials. Suddenly, an evil scientist we had never seen before appeared. He introduced himself as Dr. Confidus and announced that he was going to turn all people into sweets. We tried to stop him, but he activated his machine, and we were both enveloped in a bright light.
When the light faded, we were horrified to find that we had turned into wild animals. I became a wolf and Dobby a fox. But that wasn't the worst part. Everyone around us had turned into sweets. Houses, shops, and streets were all covered with candies, cookies, and pastries that were once people.
We knew we had to act quickly. Our first task was to find Dr. Confetus, but he had disappeared. While searching for clues, we encountered several animals who had also been transformed from people. They were panicking, but we calmed them down and promised to find a way to return everyone to their normal state.
Our first step was to find a safe place for the animals to hide from other wild beasts. We found an old abandoned farm where they could take shelter. Then we headed deep into the forest, hoping to find some traces that could lead us to Dr. Confidus.
Labrador, do you remember how we stumbled upon that ancient cave? Inside, we found old records and magical symbols. It turned out that Dr. Confidus had used ancient magic to create his machine. We realized we needed to find a magical artifact to break the spell.
We continued searching and came across a magical tree that, according to legends, could set things right. The tree was guarded by a pack of wolves, but thanks to my new form, I was able to convince them to let us pass. We received a magical fruit from the tree, which was supposed to destroy the spell.
Returning to the city, we found Dr. Confidus's machine. I climbed inside and destroyed it using the magical fruit. Immediately after, all the sweets began to turn back into people. Dr. Confidus's magic was undone.
However, this didn't free Dobie and me from our animal forms. At the last moment, we found Dr. Confidus trying to escape. We caught him and forced him to return us to our human bodies. He reluctantly agreed, knowing he had no other choice.
Once we were back in our normal forms, everyone in the city thanked us for saving them. Dr. Confidus was arrested, and the city returned to normal. It was an adventure we will never forget.
Hey, Dobie, see that teacher? She's throwing textbooks at us. We need to figure out how to stop her right away.
Wow, Labrador, let's take cover. That's Miss Duty. She's furious. But what do we have against her textbooks?
Look, there are plungers in the corner. Let's use them. We can throw them at her to neutralize the threat.
Ha ha ha! This is going to be hilarious. All right, Labrador, aim and throw.
Catch this, Miss Duty. The plunger is flying. Look, it hit her right in the hair.
Great throw. Now it's my turn. I grab the plunger and throw. Ah, missed. I need to be more precise.
Don't give up, Dobie. We have to defeat her so we can finally go to the bathroom. Another throw. Hit her in the shoulder.
Ha ha! Labrador, she looks like a hedgehog with plungers. My second throw, right in the stomach. Direct hit.
The plungers are ready. Who would have thought we'd have to fight a teacher using plungers? But if that's the only way to win and get to the bathroom, so be it. Dobie, look, her health is decreasing. Just a bit more and we'll defeat her. Throw another one.
With pleasure. Here you go, Miss Duty. Another plunger and got her. We defeated her.
Hooray! Now we can finally go to the bathroom. Great job, Dobie. Thank you for watching. See you again.
Greetings, friends. I'm Sheriff Dobie, and today, along with my loyal partner, Sheriff Labrador, we are diving into an incredible adventure in Roblox in the Bori Prison Escape Mode. Hello, Labrador. Hello, Dobie. Hello to all our viewers. Today we have a challenging task, to escape from an underwater prison where the floor is made of water. It seems we've been framed and ended up here because of the merfolk. But no worries, we will find a way out. Yes, Labrador, that's right. This mode is a real test. Imagine a huge prison located underwater. Instead of the usual corridors and cells, there are massive aquariums filled with water where you have to swim to move around. Each cell has puzzles that need to be solved to progress further. Exactly, Dobie. And there are dangerous sea creatures here that will try to stop us. We will need to avoid sharks, electric eels, and even giant jellyfish. But the most difficult part is finding the keys hidden in various corners of this underwater prison. Precisely. So, our task is to find these keys, solve all the puzzles, and of course, uncover the mystery of who framed us and why. I'm sure we can handle this together.
And we need to stay alert because the merfolk might set traps for us. We must be cautious and always keep our ears pricked.
Absolutely right. So, are you ready for the adventure? Let's get started. Good luck to everyone. And don't forget to support us with likes and comments. We'll start with the first level, finding a way out of the cell. Oh, it seems we've already gotten out of the cell and into some strange place.
We're about to embark on a truly exciting adventure. One day, Dobie and I thought, what if we built a super rocket and traveled to all the worlds? We pooled all our knowledge, skills, and a bit of ingenuity to create this amazing machine. And now, the rocket is ready. Dobie, are you ready for launch?
Of course, Labrador. So, our super rocket, named World Voyager, is on the launch pad. We carefully designed it to withstand any conditions and take us to the farthest corners of the universe. Labrador, did you complete the final technical inspection?
Yes, Dobie, all systems are working perfectly. I checked the engines, fuel tanks, and navigation systems. We're ready for launch. All aboard, friends. Our first journey begins right now. Launch.
3, 2, 1, lift off! The rocket smoothly ascends. We pass through the atmosphere, and here we are, in open space. An incredible sight, right, Labrador?
Yes, Dobie, it's amazing. Our first destination is the moon, as it's the closest world to us. Within a few minutes, we've landed on the lunar surface. Everything is covered in dust, and traces of previous expeditions are visible. But what's this? Someone is coming towards us.
It's the moon inhabitants. They're friendly and have invited us to their market, where they sell unusual souvenirs and items made from moon rocks. We exchanged gifts and learned a lot about their culture, but it's time to move on. Where to next, Labrador?
Dobie, how about Mars? They say there are hidden cities there. We take off again and head to the Red Planet. After a soft landing, we see amazing Martian cities built under domes. These domes protect the inhabitants from the harsh conditions of Mars.
We met a Martian engineer who showed us his inventions. It turns out the Martians are developing systems to process Martian soil into useful materials. We took some ideas into account and set off again.
Our next stop was Titan, Saturn's moon. Everything here was covered with icy lakes and mountains. We put on special suits and went to explore the subglacial caves. In one of the caves, we met the Titanians, intelligent beings living under the ice and feeding on Saturn's energy.
The Titanians turned out to be excellent storytellers. They told us legends about their ancestors and showed us ancient manuscripts carved on ice tablets. We were impressed by their culture and peaceful way of life. Time flew by, and it was time for a new journey.
How about Venus? They say colonies living in the clouds have been recently discovered there. We took off and headed to this mysterious planet. Venus greeted us with a dense atmosphere, but we successfully made our way through it and saw giant floating cities in the clouds.
These cities were built on huge cloud platforms, and the Venusians turned out to be incredibly hospitable. They showed us their technology, which allows them to extract energy from cloud vortices and create artificial rainforests. We spent several days enjoying their hospitality and studying their achievements.
And now it's time for the farthest journey. We set course for Proxima Centauri, the closest star to us. This journey took several weeks, but thanks to our super rocket, we arrived safely. On one of the planets, we discovered an amazing world inhabited by cybernetic beings.
These beings lived in harmony with nature and technology. They showed us their advancements in artificial intelligence and nanotechnology. We were amazed at how they managed to create a perfect balance between life and technology. And so, finally, our journey came to an end.
We returned home, full of impressions and knowledge. It was an incredible adventure, and we're glad you friends were with us all this time. Our super rocket performed excellently, and we will definitely continue to explore new worlds in the future.
Thank you for being with us, friends. We learned a lot, saw incredible places, and met amazing beings. We hope you enjoyed our story.
I will tell you an amazing story that happened to us a week ago. There were so many incidents and calls in our town that Dobie and I just couldn't be everywhere at once. So we decided to take extreme measures and clone ourselves. Dobie, are you ready to tell how it all started?
All right. A week ago, Labrador and I turned to our old friend, Professor Tesla, who specializes in biotechnology. We explained our problem to him, and he suggested creating our clones. We knew it was risky, but we had no other choice.
Professor Tesla developed a special machine that could create exact copies of us with the same skills and knowledge. He assured us that the clones would act and think just like us. After a few hours of work, our clones were ready. We named them Dobie 2 and Labrador 2. The robbery was orchestrated by a gang known as the Dark Shadows. They were professionals, and it would have been tough for us to handle them. But our clones rose to the occasion. They infiltrated the bank through the ventilation system and managed to neutralize the robbers using their hand-to-hand combat skills and strategic thinking.
Meanwhile, Labrador and I received another call, a fire at a factory. We rushed there to help the firefighters. There were many people in the factory, and they needed to be evacuated urgently. Working together with the firefighters, we managed to save all the workers and prevent the fire from spreading to neighboring buildings.
During this time, Dobie 2 and Labrador 2 received a call about a hostage situation at a school. There were armed criminals on the scene, and the situation was very tense. Our clones started negotiating with the criminals while simultaneously devising a plan to rescue the hostages.
Using cleverness and negotiation skills, the clones managed to distract the criminals and secretly enter the school. They then neutralized the criminals and safely evacuated all the children and teachers. It was an incredibly brave and professional act.
Meanwhile, several more incidents occurred in our town. A jewelry store robbery, street races, and a highway accident. But thanks to our clones, we were able to handle each of them. Dobie 2 and Labrador 2 acted like real heroes, and people started noticing that the sheriffs could be in two places at once.
But not everything went smoothly. A few days later, we noticed that our clones were starting to behave strangely. They became more aggressive and unpredictable. Professor Tesla explained that the clones might begin to develop their own personalities and go out of control.
And then, one evening, our clones caused real chaos in the town. They decided they could become the new rulers of the town and started setting their own rules. We had to step in and stop them.
It was a tough battle. Our clones knew all our tactics and moves, but we used our wits and experience to outsmart them. In the end, we managed to neutralize them and bring them back to Professor Tesla.
The professor apologized for what had happened and destroyed the cloning machine. We realized there are no shortcuts to success and that we have to handle all challenges ourselves, relying on our own strengths and mutual support.
This was an important lesson for us. We understood that despite all the difficulties, true strength lies in our team and our ability to work together. Thank you for being with us, friends. We are always ready to help, and no difficulties will stop us.
A week ago, Sheriff Dobie and I used a teleport to travel to the future and the past. It all started when we received a mysterious device from our friend, Professor Tesla.
Professor Tesla explained that his new invention could move us through time. He gave us the task of testing the teleport and finding out how it could be used for the benefit of our town. We immediately agreed and began our journey.
First, we decided to travel to the past. We set the teleport to 50 years ago and found ourselves in our town when it was completely different. Old buildings, people in retro clothes, and vintage cars. It was all amazing. We met a young Sheriff Jack who became our mentor.
It was an unforgettable adventure, friends. We hope to use the teleport again to make our town safer. Thank you for being with us. Until next time and new adventures.
Hi, subscribers. It's us again, Sheriff Labrador and Sheriff Dobie.
Hi, guys. Today we're diving into the world of Roblox and playing the Escape from Benny's Restaurant mode. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any new episodes.
So, Dobie, tell our viewers what this mode is all about.
Sure, Labrador. Escape from Benny's Restaurant is a mode in Roblox where we're stuck in a creepy restaurant run by a strange chef named Benny. Benny has lost his mind and locked everyone inside. Our task is to find a way out by solving puzzles and avoiding traps.
Yeah, Benny is definitely not right in the head. Did you see him running around with that giant meat cleaver? It feels like he's making soup out of subscribers.
Oh, look, I found the first key. It fits the door to the kitchen. Hopefully there are no hot sauce traps, or worse.
Ha! Can you imagine if Benny poured a lot of Tabasco into the soup? We'd definitely become superheroes with fire-breathing powers.
Labrador, be careful. There's an oil puddle here. We don't need a slip and fall show.
Oh, thanks, Dobie. I thought it was a bonus track for skateboarders. All right, I found wire cutters. I'm going to cut the wire at the exit.
Great. Just watch out for Benny sneaking up from behind. He's a master of sudden appearances, like your grandma with unexpected treats.
Ha ha! You're right. My grandma with her cookies could compete with Benny in a culinary battle. Oh, I found a secret room with recipes. Looks like there's another key hidden here.
Benny's secret recipes? Maybe after all this, we could open our own restaurant. But first, let's escape from here.
Well, we've almost got all the keys. We just need to get out of the fridge. Hey, Dobie, this reminds me of the time we tried to make a snow fort in the freezer.
Exactly. Only back then there wasn't a giant chef with a huge knife. All right, I've opened the door. Let's go, Labrador, to freedom!
Freedom is still far away, but I hope we can handle it and defeat this evil chef.
Labrador, do you remember how we had a real adventure with that evil scientist who pretended to be a chef just a week ago?
Of course, Dobie. That was a completely crazy case. This scientist opened the Burger Or restaurant and started feeding everyone giant burgers. At first glance, nothing unusual, but then something strange began to happen.
Yeah, the residents of our town started gaining weight rapidly. It turned out that this evil genius, Dr. Gloom, had developed special burgers that made people very fat. He wanted everyone to feel the same way he did in childhood, when he was teased for being overweight.
When we got the first call, many residents were already complaining about feeling unwell. We went to Burger Or and immediately noticed something was off. The restaurant was full of people greedily eating enormous burgers.
I've never seen such huge burgers. They were the size of footballs, and everyone was eating them with such greed as if they had never seen food before. We knew we had to act quickly before the whole town turned into a city full of gluttons.
We started an investigation and discovered that Dr. Gloom was adding a special ingredient to his burgers that caused severe addiction and weight gain. This ingredient was the result of his scientific experiments.
We managed to infiltrate Gloom's laboratory, which was right under the restaurant. There, we found many strange machines and chemicals that he used to create his burgers.
When Gloom realized we had uncovered his plan, he tried to escape. But thanks to our efforts and the help of the town's residents, we were able to apprehend him. He tried to explain his actions by talking about his difficult childhood, but that didn't justify what he did.
We immediately organized a cleanup of the town from those burgers. All the residents received medical help, and we started developing a program to restore their health.
We had a real challenge. It all started when we received the first alarming call about strange occurrences in our town. The locals began to notice that things in their homes were mysteriously changing size.
Yes, at first it seemed like just a prank. But when someone found a giant carrot in their garden the size of a car, it became clear that something serious was going on. We started an investigation and found that all these oddities were happening near the Magic Spoon restaurant.
We decided to go there and talk to the chef who worked there. His name was Mr. Crawford, and he was known for his unconventional approach to cooking. But what we discovered surpassed all expectations.
When we entered the restaurant, we saw that all the items were either gigantic or tiny. Tables, chairs, dishes. Everything looked like it was from a fantasy movie. Mr. Crawford greeted us with a wide smile and offered to explain how he did it.
He showed us his device, a small machine with many buttons and levers. According to him, he developed this device to diversify his cuisine, but he soon realized that he could do much more with it.
Crawford started using his device not only for cooking. He began enlarging items to impress his customers and shrinking things to make them easier to store. But soon, he started using his invention for evil purposes.
He enlarged the streetlights, which caused chaos on the roads. Then he shrank the trash bins, causing garbage to spill onto the streets. We realized we needed to stop him quickly before he did something even more terrible.
We tried to talk to him and convince him to stop, but Crawford was too fascinated by his invention. So, we decided we needed to deactivate the device. It wasn't easy because the device was well protected.
We had to come up with a plan. We distracted Crawford by asking him to show us how the device worked. While he was demonstrating its capabilities, Dobie quietly sneaked up and pulled a crucial wire from the machine.
The device stopped, and the items began returning to their normal sizes. Crawford was furious, but we managed to calm him down and explain that his invention was causing more harm than good.
We confiscated the device and sent it to a lab for study. Crawford agreed not to use his inventions for evil purposes anymore, and promised to direct his talents for the benefit of society.
This was another instance where our town was in danger, but thanks to our quick reaction and teamwork, we managed to set everything right.
Have you heard about Cookland? It's an incredible discovery. Imagine an entire planet made entirely of food.
Exactly. Planet Cookland is a true paradise for food lovers. Mountains of mashed potatoes, rivers of chocolate, and forests of broccoli. But the most amazing thing is the inhabitants of Cookland. They don't just live among food, they are chefs themselves.
Yes, they created this planet using their culinary skills and magical ingredients. Every corner of Cookland smells like something delicious. But You know, when we received a distress signal from there, we realized that not everything was as perfect as it seemed.
Right, Labrador. When we landed on Cookland, we immediately sensed that something was wrong. We saw giant pies cut in half and huge chunks of cheese melting under the scorching sun. It seemed the climate conditions had become unfavorable for their food.
We met the head chef of Cookland, Chef Biscuit. He explained that the planet was experiencing serious problems. Their culinary spells were losing their power, and the food that made up the planet was starting to spoil.
Chef Biscuit asked us to help find the cause of this disaster. We embarked on a journey across Cookland, trying to understand what could have disrupted the balance. Along the way, we encountered many unique creatures, such as macaroni monsters and sugar elves.
And when we reached the center of the planet, we discovered that the source of the problem was a giant caramel volcano. It had started erupting and disrupted the planet's magical balance. We needed to take urgent action.
Labrador and I teamed up with the local chefs and began working on a solution. Using magical recipes and our sheriff skills, we managed to create an antidote for the volcano. We took the freshest ingredients from across the planet and made a giant cooling cake.
The cooler worked! The volcano calmed down, and Cookland's magic began to restore itself. In gratitude, Chef Biscuit invited us to a grand feast where we tasted the most unusual dishes. Do you remember that moon cheese soup? It was something else.
Of course I remember. It was an amazing adventure and a unique experience. We helped save the planet and learned a lot about magic and cooking. Now Cookland is thriving again, and we can proudly say that we played a part in its salvation.
That was one of the strangest and creepiest adventures in our sheriff careers. Let's tell our friends what happened.
So, it all started when we decided to check out the new pizzeria Robo Pizza. We heard they had great pizza and unique shows featuring animatronic robots.
When we walked in, everything seemed pretty cute. Robots in animal costumes were singing songs and entertaining children. But when we tried to leave after the show, the doors were locked.
Right. At first, we thought it was some kind of mistake or joke, but then we noticed that the robots started acting strangely. Their eyes turned red and they stopped smiling.
I remember one of the robots, a giant bear named Freddy, came up to us and said, "You can't leave. The party isn't over yet." It was creepy.
We tried to find an exit, but the robots had blocked all the doors. We realized we needed to act quickly and find a way to disable them.
We split up to explore the pizzeria. I went to the control room and you stayed behind to distract the robots. It was risky, but we had no choice.
Yes. I remember trying to strike up a conversation with one of the robots, a huge chicken named Chica. She was telling me about pizza recipes while you were looking for a way to shut down the system.
It was a creepy adventure, but we made it through. It's important to always be on guard, even when you're just going out for pizza.
We finally finished telling our stories and completed this mode. See you in the next mode. Hello, friends. It's us again, Sheriff Dobie and Sheriff Labrador. Today we have a very interesting and dangerous mission in Roblox. We've entered the mode Escape from the Bio Teacher in School. Ready to find out what's in store for us?
Hi, everyone. Oh, friends, this is going to be a real adventure. In this mode, we've been trapped in a strange school where the biology teacher has decided to hunt us down. And not just that, he's turned the entire classroom into a real trap, filled with dangerous plants, vicious animals, and strange experiments.
Yes, we've been set up. The BIO teacher turned out to be not just a strict teacher, but a real mad scientist who uses biology for the most dangerous purposes. He's created a real laboratory with monsters in the classroom, and now we need to get out of here before he turns us into part of his experiments.
The first thing we have to do is escape from the classroom, but it won't be easy. We have to find a way out through the ventilation, but we can only reach it by navigating a parkour course filled with traps and obstacles. It's a maze of books, acid pools, and dangerous plants.
And that's just the beginning. Once we get out of the classroom, we'll be chased through the school corridors. The BIO teacher will be after us, and along the way, we'll encounter his terrifying experiments, mutated rats, and giant spiders. We have to be fast and agile to avoid all the traps.
But don't worry, friends. We know how to fight and overcome such challenges. The main thing is to keep moving forward. And at the end, we'll face an epic battle with the BIO teacher himself. If we defeat him, we can free all the students and put an end to his horrible experiments for good.
So, friends, stay with us and follow our adventure. It's going to be intense, but we're sure we can escape and defeat this mad teacher. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed our adventure. Your likes and subscriptions help us keep making the most exciting games and adventures for you.
Oh, Dobie, who would have thought that an ordinary school day would turn into such madness? It all started as usual. We were patrolling our town and decided to drop by the local school to check on the students.
Indeed, Labrador. It seemed like a normal school, but suddenly everything went haywire. As soon as we stepped into the corridor, we noticed something was wrong. The lights were dim, the windows were shut, and silence. Even the clock on the wall seemed to have stopped. No sounds of joy, no noise from the kids. Strange, right?
Absolutely. I remember when we approached the biology classroom. That's when things got really creepy. Suddenly, a zombie jumped out at us from around the corner. And not just any zombie, a student zombie. He was moving slowly but menacingly, and his eyes were glowing red, as if someone or something was controlling him.
Of course, we immediately realized this wasn't just a random occurrence. Something was definitely wrong in this school, and soon we discovered the truth. It turned out that the school principal was a secret scientist conducting experiments on the students, trying to create super students. But the experiment failed, and all the kids in the school turned into zombies.
Horrible, Dobie. I never thought something like this could happen in our town. We knew we had to escape the school, but we couldn't just leave the kids behind in this nightmare. We decided to find the source of the problem and stop this zombie epidemic.
We started by sneaking through the school corridors, trying to avoid the zombies. In one of the classrooms, we found a note from the chemistry teacher who had figured out what was happening and hid in the basement. He wrote that all the trouble began in the lab on the second floor, where the principal conducted his sinister experiments.
Exactly. We decided to head there, but the journey wasn't easy. At every turn, we were met by zombie students and even zombie teachers. Do you remember when we made our way through the abandoned cafeteria where the zombie cook tried to catch us?
Of course I remember. I can still smell that strange concoction he was trying to brew. But we pushed through and finally reached the lab. It was a creepy place. Shelves full of vials, ominous equipment, and in the middle, a huge capsule where it all began.
Inside the capsule was a strange chemical reagent that was evaporating, turning everyone around into zombies. We knew that if we destroyed this thing, we might be able to return the kids to normal. But then the principal himself attacked us, already half zombie.
That battle wasn't easy, but we managed to defeat him using our wits and some explosives we found along the way. The explosion destroyed the lab, and the gas from the capsule stopped leaking. Gradually, the zombies began to recover, and the kids turned back to normal.
And when it was all over, the students thanked us for saving them. But we knew this story wasn't over yet. Who knows what else that mad principal might have come up with?
Well, one thing's for sure, Labrador. We'll always be around to protect our town from any threat, be it zombies, scientists, or something even worse. And now that it's all over, it's time to teach a lesson on how not to get into trouble in a zombie school.
Dobie, did you ever think that one day we'd find ourselves on Mars? And not just on Mars, but in a real school for aliens. I still can't believe this actually happened.
Labrador, if someone had told me such a story before, I would have thought they were crazy. But here we are, on Mars, surrounded by aliens who seem as surprised by our presence as we are. It all started with that strange signal, remember?
Of course, I remember. We received a signal from an unknown source, and at first, we thought it was just some prank. But when the signal started getting stronger, and strange coordinates appeared, we realized it was serious. We decided to check it out, and suddenly we were teleported straight to Mars.
It turned out that we weren't invited just by chance. This was a real school for alien beings. Everything around us looked futuristic. Classrooms with floating textbooks, desks that changed shape, and windows through which you could see space. And the students, Labrador. I've never seen such creatures. Some had 3 eyes, others had glowing antennae, and some looked like living shadows.
And don't forget about the teachers. Their teaching methods were simply incredible. In one class, We saw students studying physics by floating in zero gravity as if they were particles themselves. And in the biology lab, they could change their forms to better understand the anatomy of different creatures.
We quickly realized this place was nothing like an ordinary school. Moreover, they had their own problems. The students told us that some of them had recently started disappearing. The teachers suspected that an unknown alien entity was attacking the school and abducting students for its dark purposes.
That's exactly why they teleported us. These beings had heard about our adventures on Earth and thought we could help them deal with the threat. But the thing is, we had no idea how to fight a creature that kidnaps aliens on Mars.
However, we're not ones to back down from a challenge. We began investigating the school and soon found some clues. It turned out that all the missing students had been in the same place shortly before they disappeared, in the chemistry teacher's lab. So, we decided to check it out.
The lab turned out to be even more mysterious than we expected. There were strange devices that looked like portals, and the walls were covered with diagrams and formulas that even Earth's best scientists wouldn't be able to understand. Suddenly, one of the devices started glowing, and the very entity that had been abducting the students appeared before us.
It was an ancient alien artificial intelligence that had been dormant on Mars for a long time. When the school was built, it awoke and decided to enhance the students by studying them and transforming them into more perfect forms. We realized we had to stop it immediately, or all the students might disappear forever.
A real battle ensued. This intelligence was powerful, controlling the lab's devices and attacking us with laser beams and energy fields. But we were quick and agile, using all our skills to dodge and deflect the attacks.
In the end, we managed to find the intelligence's weak spot, its core, which powered all its devices. Coordinating our actions, we delivered a decisive blow, destroying the core and shutting down all the systems. The alien students who had been abducted suddenly reappeared in the school, safe and sound.
The teachers and students were incredibly grateful for our help. They even offered us positions as teachers at the school, but of course we couldn't leave our hometown on Earth unprotected.
And so, our Martian adventure came to an end, Labrador. We saved the alien school and learned that there are still many unexplored and amazing places in the universe. And most importantly, we realized that wherever we find ourselves, we must always be ready for the unexpected and help those in need.
We have an incredible story that Sheriff Dobie and I went through. It was like being in a real sci-fi movie. As always, we were looking for something new and exciting for our town. And here's what happened.
Yes, it was a real adventure. We found an old blueprint in our town's library. It was a plan for a time machine. Do you remember how we initially dismissed it, thinking it was just a made-up story?
Yes, I remember. But something about that blueprint caught our attention. We saw that it was the project of a real inventor from the past century. We decided to try building the time machine using the blueprint as a basis. With our skills, it looked like a great adventure.
We started by gathering all the necessary materials. There were moments when it seemed like nothing would work out. We encountered problems. Parts didn't fit, wires got tangled, and our lab looked like a real junkyard.
I remember one time, due to incorrect assembly, our lab was filled with bright green smoke, and we both ended up in a cloud of this mysterious substance. At first, we were scared, but then we found a way to fix everything.
And finally, after weeks of hard work, we built the time machine. The excitement when we turned it on for the first time was incredible. All the screens flashed, and the air smelled of ozone. We stood in front of big levers and buttons, ready to travel to the past or the future.
Our first experiment was with the recent past. We decided to see if we could change small events. We went back a day and tried to alter a small detail in our own adventure. We wanted to make sure our plan didn't fail, but we found that every time we changed something, unexpected consequences occurred.
Yes, for example, we accidentally messed up our own plan to repair the fountain in the park. Instead of fixing the situation, we made it worse, and the park was closed for the whole day. It was funny, but it showed that you don't mess with time.
So friends, thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey. Until next time, friends.